welcome to another unboxing. This time, Dog Park from Birdwood Game. Just arrived, Kickstarter. And this is the Deluxe edition, which comes with, and before I start on the box, it comes with a Deluxe Collector's Edition sleeve. Now, I've had other special editions, deluxe editions, collector's editions with sleeves before, but never have I had a sleeve that's a sleeve for the box, so that it's unique. Never have I had a sleeve received separately. Usually it's mounted on the box. I guess that saves them money assembling it, which is fine. I'm good with that. So basically that's just a piece of cardboard with... Oh, this is a funny looking one. With various doggos on it from artwork from inside the rest of the game. And also, say that is Kickstarter specials, I guess. So we'll get to that in a second. Dog Park. All about being the best dog walker is particularly appropriate for me, having been a dog lover for all of my life and having had dogs in and around in my family and around my family for all but a few years. And I get up every morning and I walk a dog, which gets me out of the house, which is not a bad thing, right? First thing in the morning, you know, it's a bit of exercise, a bit of fresh air. I'm saying that with the positivity of late summer. See if I say that again in a few months' time when we're in the middle of winter and it's raining a great deal. But anyway, Dog Park, let's get going. Let's see what goodies we've got in here. Rusty scalpel. Keep your fingers out of the way. Now, I'm very good at keeping my fingers out of the way, scalpel, because I do remember more than once back in the day working in design studios, doing mock-ups of packaging and various other kinds of artworks. Back in the day, pre-digital, when artworks had to be created by cutting pieces of paper and film. And I know well what it looks like when you slip with a scalpel and you have to start all over again because the artwork you're working on is just covered in spurts of blood. Anyway, so... as long as it's your blood, that's just fine. So, right. Dog Park, lovely artworks, watercolor by the look of it. I'm presuming watercolor, not digital watercolor. Looks it to me. But you know, some of the digital tools these days are extremely good, particularly in the right hands, particularly in some skilled hands. And I absolutely do not have any prejudice against it, despite being a very traditional illustrator. I have absolutely no prejudice against digital tools being used as and where necessary. What I don't like is very generic, homogenized digital illustration. And you may know the kind of thing. I don't really have noticed it. Where everything is a little too clean, a little too crisp. No real personality. Textures are too flat, too regimental. Everything just doesn't quite look as though it's alive and exists. But this looks a little freehand. This looks good. It has character and personality. And that's important to me. So, props on that. Nice and clear. Big text. Okay, big text. So even though there are 16 pages, we're not going to have huge... I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time wading through this. Understand. Variants. Let's see. Oh, we've got a little index at the back. Good. Well, it's not really an index though, is it? Because it doesn't refer to pages on the index. Glossary. Really a glossary. Anyway. Splitting hairs. FAQ. Alright. Hopefully the FAQ has been assembled as a result of playtesting. Collector's edition. So this has the additional stuff. Famous dogs, European dogs, upgraded reputation markers. We have in here. No, these are even extra. We'll get to that. Okay, so that explains what we have. Punch boards. These are rotating. Clearly, these are what do you call them? Rotating discs. Oh, there's a punch through there, so obviously there's something. Aha! There we go. Numbers on the back. Always have fun putting those together. The main board, nice consistency with artworks, which is good to see. Now I like main boards that incorporate the artwork. So here you see the edges have been hand created. It does look, my eye, like these are identical, so they haven't been hand created actually on the artwork itself. That's fine. Copy pasted. But it kind of blends in with the artwork, and that's really nice. But it does so in a way that doesn't lose each of these zones into the artwork itself. Sometimes boards can get a little too busy. Sometimes boards can get a little too busy when the zones on the board become part of the artwork to the point where it's difficult to tell which zones are which. And I had a game recently that actually has done that to an extent where it's put me off even learning how to play it. And that was, I believe, Eternal Palace is all about creating beautiful artworks. And the board is just too busy visually. It's difficult to work out what's going on, where you need to move to, where you need to place your stuff, where everything lives and so on. Here, nice definition, but it's not just plonked straight on the top. Good stuff. Okay, let's try not to break the board before we've even played it, shall we? Okay, player boards. Not really much going on there. I was just about to say of what relevance are these, but of course they are the dog's bed and the dog's toys and the dog's food. A Kong. Most brilliant ideas for toys for dogs. If you have a dog and they doesn't have a Kong, get them a Kong. All right. We go for the test for score sheets. Score sheets are a little cheap. They feel a little cheap in the paper stock. Whatever. I mean, we throw them away most of the time. And are they double-sided? Yes, they are. Okay, points for that, as always. Now, lovely organization. This is, if you're gonna go for plastic, which is these days, that's a contentious subject. But if you're gonna go for plastic, you might as well go for shapes that work. Obviously, this is a bone shape, which is highly appropriate, but they've tailored everything to fit well, and that's very cool. Here we have, this looks like a kennel entrance. There's only one of them. I'm going to do my usual of not really knowing much about anything and guess that is first the player marker. Move around the board. What else do we have? Look, lovely silica gel. A friend of mine once asked me why I keep silica gel in the boxes. Sometimes. Actually, mostly because I forget. We have a die which has paws on. It is looks like it's a regular D6 made of wood. Not too light, which is nice. And this little bird. Well, we'll just have to see what the bird is all about. More components. All right, so these, it looks like these are the upgraded, yeah, the upgraded tokens as part of the collector's edition. I kind of expect collector's edition, something that comes out not right away. You know, they kind of put a collector's edition out after the fact. Yes, those are the collector's edition tokens. Let's go for. We have our little blobs for the turny disc things. I'm sure you can get away with me not pulling those out individually and showing you those close up. And these are obviously the player's tokens. It's a nice color scheme to this. Have the player tokens. They are, I guess. And those colors obviously match these colors. Now it's interesting in the lighting here, and I'm looking at the screen, and the lighting here, and obviously the camera to some extent is increasing the contrast rather. So these are a little more subdued in color, a little more pastel-like in their colors. So these reds are that's fairly strong, but these certainly aren't anywhere near as strong a green and red and yellow and purple as they look on screen. Okay, we have lots of little bits, little wooden bones. These over. Let's put a few of these over so you can see what's going on. Bones, pieces of wood. Not quite sure what these are. Guess we will find out. And little pink creatures. Okay, these. So we see we have bones here, pieces of wood, which I guess are used on walkies. Unsure as to what that is. Could this be a dog's toy, maybe? New toy? Something like that. There's quite a few of these. Yeah, the packaging consists of there's quite a lot in there. All little wooden pieces, nicely produced. Oh, well, so it'll be interesting how that works. More boards. Clearly player board related. A little odd. So does it have the same number of card slots? It doesn't. It's different. Does it match up? It does. So maybe there's something there. We'll have to see. Because when you think about it, let's get the right one of the right color. Yes, that very much matches up. You can see it matches up here. Always one board. So perhaps they were produced like this for the sake of storage. Which great, good. Storage is good. Gun dog. This is forecast. So got here. During selection, gain 1 location bonus for each gun dog. Selection, gain 2 victory points, I guess, or VP for each hound. Those are all about. Not sure what forecast might mean in this case. Breed expert. Could this be a breakdown of the percentage of each type of dog within the game with cards? Would then give you some intelligence on which ones you'd want to select at any particular point for different objective completion, perhaps. Won't do this without cutting the cards, shall we? That'd be great. Now, gun dogs. Ah, yeah. Now, see, we have. Oh, look. I bet you didn't spot that, right? So, this is a ball. Goat, ball, stick, reach tokens rather than bone. All right. And toy tokens. And this gave me the clue. It was a toy, and then I realized they were all there. So those tokens are part of the collector's edition. The dog can do different things. Goes fetches. No, it's going to be fun to play this and see different breeds coming through. There are certain breeds of dogs that I really don't like meeting in the park, and then there are others that I do. I currently walk a Whippet, who is as of now is 14 months old, so still full of energy. Runs very fast. Enjoys being chased by other dogs. There's nobody else can catch up with him, and he's an unusual breed for me because I mostly had retrievers and scent hounds. So the experience with a Whippet and a dog that small was an interesting adjustment. But he's a good boy. He's turning into a very good, balanced personality. Okay, I'm going to put this on top because, oh, look at that. You didn't even see me opening that. I'm going to put this on top because one of my favorite breeds, the English Bull Terrier. It's our little thing. They're very clown-like, and the way they move around is weird and stiff. They have absolutely wonderful personalities, and I'm glad to say there are a few around where I live. I met one which was less than six months old yesterday. It was absolutely amazing, full of energy, bouncing around. I'd only recently discovered that he can stand up on his back legs and box other dogs. There's a lot of cards here, right? So there's the ones you've just seen. There's this lot, and there is this lot, and that's really excellent. I like that. You know, it reminds me of games like Wingspan and more recently Ark Nova. Lots of cards, lots of options, different variations on in each game. Otter Hound. Oh, look, isn't he sweet? So my last dog, Jasper, who died about just over 2 years ago, he was an Otter Hound cross. Interesting breed, a very rare breed, an endangered breed, actually, and very difficult to train. Very single-minded and downright belligerent. Very, very rare breed. In fact, the Kennel Club of UK are actually concerned that the breed may die out because there are so few. But I would personally, if I had the space and an area to walk him, then I would have an Otter Hound again without any hesitation, despite the difficulty. The amazing dog. Right. One more and we're almost there. Look at that. I even have to use a knife on a piece of paper. What a web. Terriers. Okay, so the breed types are color coded. These are miniatures. They're kind of purple. Schnauzers, pinchers. Different kinds of cards here. Let's see what these are all about. So obviously these are variable setups, maybe, because this says recommended for 4-player games, player or 4-player. 1 to 3 player. That's different kind of setups. I guess we choose these randomly. Specific solo objectives. Very happy to see that. What do we have here? We have 2 different types of cards. We have objective cards. And as I said, there are experienced, standard. Okay, so easier difficulty levels on the objectives. Legend solo objectives. Okay, so the solo objectives are a little bit limited. It looks like the objectives are for solo are fixed depending on the level of difficulty. That's okay. Well, fine. We'll see how that comes out. We have informational cards. A reference, 2 for each player. So we have resources, reputation, actions, scoring, game round. Game round is on both sides. There we have it. So that is the core box. As I said, on the collector's edition, there was the sleeve for the outer box. Then we have this little extra bag. Look what goodies we've got. Some stickers. Well, that's going on my laptop, if nothing else. Yeah. Alright, so these are a sheet of stickers. A nice satin finish to those. I like that. And then there's a little. So these are postcards with artwork. Shame they've got a little bent because they've been in with three-dimensional things. But that's fine. So postcards. Maybe I'll send someone a postcard. I haven't done that in years. I'm terrible for sending cards and postcards. I just don't do it. I'm guessing this is a bookmark. That's interesting in the day of e-readers, Kindles and Kobos. And we have some additional pieces. We have a Dalmatian there. That looks like a border collie. Spaniel. And either a pug or probably a French bulldog. There we have it. Collector's edition of the absolutely brand spanking new dog park. Literally arrived 24 hours ago. Recording this. Very much looking forward to having a play and seeing what it's like and seeing all the different doggos on the cards. Fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and click subscribe and get some notifications for some more stuff coming from me real soon.